This is the Crawfords on the Wonderland. So we are your hosts. I am Ben Crawford.
And I am Cammie Crawford.
This is a picture of us on Rainier about 10 years ago, quite a bit younger. So just some general information about the trail that we went on, the Wonderland. So it's about 93 miles around Mount Rainier. You can see it's the red line that goes completely around the mountain, and there's a gain of loss of about 22,000 feet, and that's actually pretty significant. Summit climb of Rainier is about 9,000 feet from base camp to the summit. So this is about the elevation gain and loss is about 2.5 summit climbs. So a lot of people don't realize that that's actually a pretty big deal as far as elevation. So here's a profile of just the trail itself, and you can kind of see that it goes up and down a lot.
It's a lot of big hills.
Basically what this meant is every day you're going up and down. Some days you would just go up, and these just show kind of all the campsites that are along the trail. So this last year we went on this trail, and here's just some facts that you can pull off the internet or Wikipedia about this trail. About 200 to 250 people a year complete the entire trail. So as far as our family of 6, this means that we were about 3% of this number this summer. And it takes the average person about 10 to 14 days. We did it in 12 days. And on the trail, these are just some interesting facts. We met people from Michigan, Wisconsin, Texas, Austria. So there's quite a few people from other countries there. And we also met people from Bothell, which is about 10 minutes from our house. So we met all sorts of people on the trail. That's one of the really cool aspects, and got some email addresses and whatnot. So this last August, starting August 3rd, we went on the trail, and that was day 1 that we started. And this is our family at the beginning. We started up here kind of at the White River entrance, and on each day you can kind of see it says where we ended up camping and how far we went. So this particular day we went 8 miles, and it wasn't intentional. We were planning on going further, and we ended up camping in the wilderness because we didn't actually make it to our campground. So you can kind of see where we ended off for the night.
As you can see, we're all bright and chipper. That will change eventually.
Man, you're depressing. Why are you making it sound so bad? This is our family.
We were bright and chipper at the end for different reasons.
And this is Lindsay, who started the trail with us on the left-hand side. And I'm in the center. That's Ben, and Cammie's on the right. And from left to right, our kids are Dove, age 8, and Eden, age 6.
Memory, age 2 3/4, and 7, age 4 3/4.
The fractions are really important there. But the ages are 2, 4, 6, and 8. Here's another picture of us at the beginning of the trail. So this is the right when we left the van and our dozen donuts. Here's a picture of Memory, and there's all sorts of wild flowers. These are some crazy mushroom type flowers that we saw on the trail here. And
it's one of the, we didn't realize, but hundreds of bridges that we were going to cross through the whole 12 days.
Yeah,
I made it.
So the entire trail consists of walking around melting glaciers. So there's actually probably hundreds, maybe 100 to 200 of these bridges that you walk across different streams. Here's a view of the actual mountain. We didn't know how rare the view of the mountain was actually going to be, and this is the first day we saw the beautiful view of the mountain, and we didn't see it for very many other days.
We took it for granted, for sure.
On the warm days, Memory took a nap, so this is her taking a nap around lunchtime on a garbage bag. This is us crossing another one of those rivers.
Depending on the severity of the rapid water underneath, we would help each kid across, but a lot of times Eden and especially Deb would do it alone, depending on what we felt comfortable with.
So on the first day, you can tell that we were up above the snow line as far as where there still was snow. A lot of rocks this first day. The terrain was actually really unique. That there's more rocks on this day than any other day. This was kind of the frying pan. I think it was Frying Pan Gap is what it was called. Here's just a picture of a lake, Glacier Lake in the background. This was a beautiful just meadow and stream area. Tons of these tiny little streams, and Memory was enjoying playing and throwing rocks in them.
Remind me of the sound of music.
Marmot.
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 These are some baby rock marmots we saw.
They're on a deck. They're rock.
It's pretty exciting. Ah! Run, run, run.
You never see rock marmots run unless they're babies. Usually they're just fat and sitting on rocks. But we saw some baby rock marmots our first day. And those are all waterfalls in the background. This is really close to where we camped the first night. This was our wilderness camping area the first night. So one of the funny things too we forgot to mention about that Seven said and within the first hour was, he said, "I hate Mount Rainier. This is taking too long." So we thought we were on a 14-day trip doing 93 miles, and he had had enough after mile 1. And on this particular day, we got stuck kind of in the wilderness. We didn't make our campsite, so we stayed out here, and we ended up having to melt snow for water. And I think Memory walked 4 miles this day, actually. I have written down in the journal. So here's another viewpoint of our campsite. So it was really beautiful.
Yeah, this was the prettiest campsite for sure. Makeshift campsite.
So on this day, spirits were really high, and it was actually really exciting. But it was the first day of a very, very long journey. So we slept well. We had 2 tents and cooked some freeze-dried food out here. And this was the first day of our epic journey. So we're going to walk through the rest of the days and just kind of explain some of the stories that we have and some of the pictures. And we hope you enjoy our slideshow.
Mm-hmm.